All right, everyone. I just want to put together a quick video here to help you with Project 8 and eventually your final project and using Saxon to transform your XML using XSL into an HTML file or whatever, but in this case it's going to be HTML. So you'll need Saxon, so you'll want to come here and download Saxon. I've already downloaded it, so here it is on my desktop. I'll return to that in just a moment. And then you're going to want to make sure you have Java installed on your computer. So if you already have it, you don't need to follow this link. But if not, just come here and download and install Java and put that on your system. And while I'm here, I'm actually going to come and copy this text. Okay. Sorry, there's a little background noise there. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that text. Keep that on my clipboard for now. Okay, so let's just get rid of this for now. And let's kind of start here from scratch. So here is my project folder. I have finished the project. I'm all done. And I'm going to open this project folder in my IDE just to check some things out. I use Visual Studio Code. I think it's great. And here we are. Here's our XML file all ready to go. What I'm going to do is I am going to paste in that text that we're going to return to this text in just a moment, but I'm going to paste in this text into the comment up here just so I can easily reference it later. And let's get started. Let's just minimize you. So here is the project folder. I'm just going to go into Saxon, and this is really the easiest way to do it. There's a better way to do it, sure, but this will be the easiest way for most of us. I'm just going to take this Saxon jar and move that into my project folder. So now I have the Saxon file here in my project folder. Great. And if we look at my files here, yep, we can see it. We're not going to use it here, but there it is. Okay, so let's take a look at this text here. And we can read this almost as if it were a function, right? We have this bit here, and that's like our function that we're calling, and then we have 3 arguments that we're passing into our function. So it's an easy way of kind of looking at this. So what this function here, let's say, is going to do is it's going to use this XSL file to transform whatever listed this XML file into whatever file, in this case HTML, is going to transform our XML into an output of whatever we say. So let's fill this out and make it work for us. So the name of our XSL file, well, I have that right there. So the name of the XSL file is library. The name of the XML file I want to transform is items. So let's go ahead and make that items. And the output, I would like the output to be checkouts. Okay, so now I have this, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to copy this because I want to use this to run my function. Now, in order to, quote unquote, run, well, I am running something, but in this example, to run this function, if you will, I'm going to need to use the command prompt. Now, there's a few different ways I can do this, and let's just start with the most straightforward. I'm going to return to my project folder, and I'm going to come up into the navigation bar here, and I'm going to type in CMD, and then hit enter, and that is going to open, the command prompt for me in this folder. So as you can see, we are in my project 8 folder. Now I'm going to paste that text. I can hit Control V here to paste. Now if you're unable to paste using Control V, don't panic. You're instead going to use Shift Insert. So hold down Shift and hit Insert, just like you would Control V, Shift Insert, and that will paste it in for you. So I have this command in my command line, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit Enter. It took it a second, but if we look at our folder, we can see that the checkouts, this file right here, the checkouts, was generated. Where are you? There you are. No, not you. There you are. So there it is. Checkouts was generated. So if I double click on that, you can see that I have created my HTML file. Beautiful. So that is the simplest way of doing it. Again, just coming to the command, coming to the project folder, typing CMD, that'll open up command for you. I recommend you leave this open, so that way if you want to transform more, you can just return to this file, hit up arrow, enter, and it'll generate a new one. Let's prove that. We have Denison's Public Library, that's what it reads. And let's just jump over into, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to jump into the XSL file. You'll see some of the code here, but that's okay. And let's instead turn the title into Den Public Library. So we're just going to move the Denison. So Den Public Library, save, and let's return to our output. Now if I hit refresh here, no change has happened to our title, and that is because I need to generate a brand new HTML file. This is the old one, so I need to generate a new one. So I'm just going to return to my command prompt. I haven't closed this window yet. So up arrow, enter, and now when I hit refresh, you can see there is den pub public library. So there we have it. It has been changed, but let's put that back. Let's fix that. Excellent. There we have it. And hitting refresh, no change, of course. So let's go to our command, hit the up arrow, enter, and sorry, wrong place. Hitting refresh. There we go. Back to Denison Public Library. So very good. That is the simple way of doing this. I'd like to show you. This is how I tend to do it when I'm grading or working. Let's close you for now. I actually opened the console command right here. So here I am in this project folder. I'm inside this project folder. I'm going to hold Control and hit the tilde key, and that's going to open up a command. It's going to open up Bash for me. I have something else installed. For you, it'll probably be the PowerShell, I would imagine. If not the Power, it's basically the same thing. Either the PowerShell or the command prompt are basically going to be the same thing. So here I am. This is what you'll probably see, one of these two things. And Control V to paste. If that doesn't work, remember Shift Insert to paste, and then hit Enter, and I can run it right from inside of Visual Studio Code. I can close this off, get to work, do a little bit of work here. Let's actually launch this in Live Server. Live Server for XML doesn't quite work the way it does for HTML. So let's go. Oops, that's not what I want. I want checkouts. Okay. So real family food. Let's change that to real family foods. Control tilde, up arrow, enter. Should have generated a new file for us. Let's see. Refresh. Yeah, there it is. Real family foods, pluralized. Let's undo that. I can put this away. Control tilde. Go ahead and make a fix there. Control tilde, up arrow, enter, and then just go ahead and close this, however. And then hit refresh. And great, real family food. So that is how I recommend you run Saxon. Just so you're not typing this out every single time, go ahead and throw it into a comment of your XML file. Let's say, change these values to what they should be. And there you go. This right here will not work, Saxon 9HE, without Saxon 9HE.jar being inside of our folder. So that needs to be there. Again, there are other ways of doing this, but this is really just the simplest. If you've stuck around this long, I would like to show you a little tip here that will be extremely helpful for maybe fixing some older projects, or definitely on your final project. So for your final project, that should be up by the time you're reading this. You will be asked to basically build your own project. So you'll need to make your own XML file. You can either improve on something. You go ahead and read the instructions for that. In any case, you'll probably want to define your document with a document type definition, or maybe a XSD. So because I have a tool installed, XML, XML, there it is, by Red Hat, I have this plugin installed inside of my Visual Studio Code. It allows me to do things pretty quickly. It's a really sweet tool. For example, if I did want to link an XSL style sheet, I'll just come here and type in style sheet, choose XSL, and go right ahead and install that. The name of it is library XSL, and boom, done. So a lot of helpful features like that. One of the really helpful features is that this will auto-generate an XSD or a DTD based on your current structure for you. You still have to understand XSD or DTD in order to really tweak it to get it to exactly where you want it to be, but this is a great way to start. So with that tool installed, I'm just going to come here and go to Quick Fix, and it's telling me right now there is no DTD or no schema at all. So let's go ahead and fix that. I'm going to choose to use an XSD file. It's going to name it for me items.xsd, and I'll use it with a no namespace location. And boom, there it is, it's done. Now, there is an error here. Now, the reason why we're having an error, let's save. It's not saved yet. Save, all right? So there's an error. Now, the reason why there's an error is because this items.xsd file, which was generated, it was generated for us, it's just not saved yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save that, boop. And if you look here, that error has been fixed. and we have a XSD file ready to go. Now I could still come in and make some tweaks to whatever, and I do recommend you do that. But this is really a great place to start. So yeah, there's a little bonus tip if you stuck around this long. So good luck with everything, and if you have any questions, you know how and where to find me. And if I don't answer you directly, I'll probably make a video like I did now, if I think it'll be helpful to many other students. All right, everybody. Uh, Good luck and take care.